Okay, I have this Earthquake Viper walk behind weed eater. It starts off starting fluid but won't stay running. So we're going to be taking the carburetor off and cleaning it today. I will be showing you how to do it. Alright, first off, we got to take our cover off here, which is kind of a bear because you got this big tire in the way. So you got to do is take your air filter off first, and then you got to kind of turn it a little bit. It's kind of hard, but it just locks into here. But with that tire there, it kind of makes it hard to pull out. Next, we'll be taking those two bolts off there, or nuts. $10mm. Pull it off slowly because there is lines back there for your primer. This one. I'm gonna get another pair of pliers real quick. I'm gonna try to show you what I'm kind of doing. This is your primer line, which pliers, squeeze clamps, which you probably could do it by hand for how small this one is. And nothing's easy on small engines. Alright, now there's this vacuum hose right here we got to get off, which would take a pair of pliers and just give it a little twist to break the seal. You don't want to be too rough because you ripped the hose. Well, you can see it came off once you twisted and broke the seal off. Alright, now this metal piece comes over here. We're going to have to take this off right here. And that's a 10mm bolt. Now you want to be really slowly and gentle. Bring that out, because there's a spring that holds onto that. So remember where that spring goes, or just try to lay it down where to stay where it needs to be at. That's all I'm going to do. I'm just going to let it lay there, and then it'll be fine. Next is I'm going to kink off my gas line so the gas don't drain out. Take the clamp off here. Yeah, they didn't give us much room to work on or work with, so just gotta work with it. It should come off. Try not to rip your gas line. If you do, you just have to get new gas line put on. There, we're going to slide the carburetor out. Just like that. Then you got to turn your carburetor like that. Take your spring off. And then your carburetor, or your rod would just come straight up and out. Alright, we're going to take the other side and clean it now. Alright, we're going to take the carburetor off, or bowl off. And as you can see, there's water in there. So that's probably why it won't stay running. So we're going to take the two screws out. One's a drain plug, which is right here. This one what holds your bowl in place. The gas gets stuck in the bowl, on the bowl, so we're going to pull that off before I clean everything, because if not, it swells these gaskets up and then it won't work. Pull out the rod for the holds the float in. Remember, the needle will fall out if you hold it the wrong way, so always hold it back. Alright, we're going to blow through. Make sure you wear gloves and eye protection so it doesn't blow into your face. Oh yeah, it's plugged. I'm going to take that jet out. See if I can get it out or not. Which it takes a certain kind of screwdriver to be able to get fit in there. I got this one, it's just the right size. Okay, that ain't plugged now. That's good. Blow through all these. And you want to blow through every little hole you can find. I'm going to clean out the inside really good. Get all that rust and everything off there. As you see on the table where the water is. So the water's beaded up. Okay. Oh, I forgot one. That one right here. Alright, next, get the bowl scrubbed or cleaned out. I'm out of carb cleaner. Alright, we're going to get the bowl cleaned out. Like I said, you probably should be wearing gloves when you're doing this. Okay, I'm happy with that. Well, that's cold. That's another reason why you wear gloves. That stuff's very cold. Alright, we're going to take a little needle and go through this jet here. So we can get it unplugged. Usually a needle works. This one don't seem like it's going to work this time. There we go. Yep, that worked. Taking a needle from both ends to unplug it. And now it's unplugged. So we're going to go ahead and put that back in. Like I said, it's a flathead screwdriver that, you know, it's either you can customize one to grind that down so it fit into there. I had a screwdriver that fit, so I always keep it just for that reason. Alright, we're going to blow the float off, or spray the float off. Get all that rusty stuff off there. And that's from the water. Alright, we got that pretty well clean now. We're going to go ahead and put that back on. Remember, always lean it back so your float don't fall out and you lose it. Or your needle that's in your float. Put the rod back through. You gotta line it all up. Just like that. We're going to get our gasket. Remember, I'm going to put this back on the carburetor where it's supposed to be at. It just sits in there, in that groove inside. Alright, we're going to put our bowl back on. Make sure I got the bowl set in the right way. Make sure your bolts and stuff are clean too, which this one is. Go ahead and get that put back on. And then your drain plug. Drain plug is there for, you know, where you can drain the water out. Because it's been setting, if it sets outside. I strongly suggest don't leave your stuff setting outside. As you can see, water's inside the system because it sets outside. Alright, now we're ready to put it back on. Alright, so we're going to put our governor rod and spring back in. Alright, and then the spring goes in that little hole there. It's kind of hard to show you close up because that spring's so small. There you go, see, and then that just sets in there. We're going to go ahead and slide it back on our, put it back on the motor. And if it makes it easier for you, you can take this tire off right here. I just figured it should all come off without having to take that tire off. Alright, we're going to put our gas line back on while everything else is off, because if not, when you got everything else on there, you probably won't be able to get the gas line back on. There's water in the carburetor, so I took my little pliers off the line and let some gas run through, which there was water in the gas line. So you probably want to flush your tank and your gas line out, so you make sure you don't have water that gets back into the carburetor. Alright, while that's sitting there doing that, we'll go ahead and get that opened back up. Now there's a little piece right here that holds your gas line up before you put your metal part back up there. Gotta get everything lined up. There it is. And that runs to there. Make sure you grab the bracket to hold your gas line up to feed through that bolt. We'll go ahead and tighten out and down. Alrighty. Alright, we're going to head and get all this stuff put back on. Our primer line. Let's see. We'll go ahead and get the vacuum on first. And our primer. Which kind of is pain, because they didn't give you very long hoses for your primer. So you just got to try to get it pushed into there. And I gave you the best video I can. So you want to make sure you just get in there good. We're going to put these nuts back on. And them are 10 millimeters. Alright, we're going to put our breather cover back on. But you got to put this in first before you put your air filter. Alright, got that snap back in. Air filter goes that way. Goes into your cover. And you just clip these back in. Just like that. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.